Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network and another episode of Wagers with Friends. Today I am joined by the DGen Doc, Sebastian Fearon, and we are going to be going through our 4 best bets each in just 1 minute. That's right. It's Friday. That means it's Wagers with Friends. We have had 2 episodes so far. I am 1-1. And what we're going to do, I will explain what we're doing here in just 1 minute, but I have to say hi to my guest who we did have him on multiple times this summer to do best ball drafts. And now we're lucky enough to talk betting with Sebastian Fearon at the DGen Doc. How are you doing on this Friday, Sebastian?
I'm good. Happy Friday. Cheers to you.
Cheers. I did not. I should have gotten that. I should have gotten a little whiskey myself.
I'll do it twice in your honor.
Do it twice for me. Thank you. Do it twice for me.
Hey, I wish I was the DGen Jock, but when you are
sounds like I had a sip of something.
You got to kind of pivot and just become into a nerd if you want to stick around football. That's quickly what I learned. But no, happy to be here. Happy Friday, everybody. NFL's here. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful. Like, this is the times we were dreaming of. So take a second, breathe it in. We've got a lot of football. I'm ready. So
exactly. That's what, exactly. Let's show our gratitude. The football's here. We suffered through all summer. I was just ripping drafts to cope, and now we're watching that in play, and now we're doing all this in-season action. And of course, if you're following us on fanspeak.com, like this episode, make sure you're subscribed to the Fanspeak Network because we have shows Monday through Friday every single day covering DFS. We just did a DFS show. Underdog Dailies. Andrew and Justin did do a show every Wednesday night. That was awesome. They had Tyler on as a guest this week. And then we have like 4 or 5 betting shows all week long. So we have we have shows every single day, weekday on the Fanspeak Network. So make sure you're liking this episode and subscribe so that you can catch all free content on fanspeak.com. Of course, the Spread and Tyler's betting card is free. Check that out. And we have a link to our Dub Club on their betting card. So check that out as well. 7-day free trial. You can check out our alts, our touchdowns, our parlays. I just did a summary and we are up 5.8 units on all those. So doing good. As long as you're positive ROI, Sebastian, it's all good, right?
Oh yeah. 5. That's good because week 2, man, they killed some people.
Week 2 was rough. Week 2, we crushed it in the alts. Anytime touchdowns were a little rough, but yeah, we had 3 parlays, and on top of that, on week 1, little bankroll builder parlay week 2, and then up 5.8 units. Did the math today. Sent it out to Dub Club, but check out Dub Club 7-day free trial. So, Sebastian, tell us more first before we talk about our charities that we're playing for. Obviously they can find you on Twitter at the DGen Doc, but tell us about obviously your background. You cover us on the injury front, and tell us about that because I know you're my go-to guy.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, no. So, I am. You can find me on X, really any of the socials at the DGen Doc here. I am a physical therapist for the United States Army. So I'm in the Army. I don't just work for them. And so, I got my undergrad at University of Florida. So that's where you see, I'm always so bad with this.
I know, it's always
Gators,
hard.
which they're absolute dog shit this year. But got undergrad there and then went up to Steel City of Pittsburgh, met my beautiful wife, and went to grad school there. And I've been in the Army for about 3 years. And I've been doing injuries for, just studying injuries and always loving football. So, for better part of my adult life. So I figured, why not try to marry the 2? Didn't know anyone would give a shit what I had to say, but apparently there's a couple DGens like myself that do appreciate it. So here we are.
DGens do appreciate it. He is a go-to follow on Twitter. So again, at the DGen Doc. That I don't know why I do want to keep saying Jock. And our guy Andrew in chat says now famous as a tweet. Your tweet was posted by DK, so that was awesome. You knew that, right?
I did see that. Someone actually sent me, but another buddy from Florida sent me some Sporting's news or some article. They referenced something I put on Ramondre Stevenson last night. I didn't know it was a thing, so I was
awesome.
oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. still a small fish in a big pond, but I always appreciate the love. So
Yeah, always appreciate the love. We got Gems in chat. First time watching. Thank you so much. Love to see it. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. We've got shows Monday through Friday covering everything you need for all your DGen needs. And check out fanspeak.com as well. And check out our Dub Club as well. So now it's time to talk about the Wagers with Friends and what it's all about. Basically, I'm going to make 4 of my best bets for the week. Sebastian will give his 4 best bets for the week. If we were betting the same unit size or same amount on each bet, whoever wins will be the winner. Their charity of choice will be donated to by the loser. So the loser will donate to the winner's charity of choice. So again, I'm 1-1 so far. But again, what's fun about this is that it's gambling for good, gambling for good cause. And so that just makes it extra fun. You got the competition element, but it's also, doing something, giving back too, which is fun. So with that, Sebastian, let me hear the charity you're playing for.
Yeah, real quick. 2 big reasons why I love this and was super honored to come on here. One, like you mentioned, obviously getting to bring some light, if at the very least, bring some acknowledgement to some of these great charities around here, playing that little competitive edge. But also, I love how it's not just a record and it's an ROI and it's based on units and transparency. So we're not out here just giving, minus 500 picks and thinking like, hey, I went 4-0. It's like, okay, you made like 5 cents. So congratulations. Without that, but no, I think it's great. And what I will be playing for today, I feel like I'm on a contest.
I know, exactly. Yeah.
I'm playing for the Fisher House Foundation. So what the main premise here is that they build homes for military and veteran families for when you have a loved one who unfortunately has to be hospitalized, whether it's at an MTF, a medical treatment facility, or at a VA. I think we've all been in a situation where we have a loved one that unfortunately has something happen to them. And when someone's going through something medically, the last thing you want to be worried about is what hotel am I going to be staying at, bills and things like that. You just want to be able to be there for them and grieve. And this is what this organization does. I know people who have personally, kind of unfortunately, but they've been in a situation where, whether it's for the birth of a child that had to spend a month in a NICU up at Walter Reed and, they're stationed somewhere else. And, trying to find housing for a month because you're worried about your child is the last thing you want to do. So this organization is a really great organization that helps build these homes and, helps to house these families so they don't have to worry about that stressor when they're going through that time. So that's a little bit about Fisher House. I encourage you to check them out, reach out more, going from there.
Yeah, no, well, thank you so much. And like you said, it's nice to compete. It's nice to give back when it's all said and done, but it's also nice to bring awareness to these charities. Every charity that we've had on here so far, whether it's been the ones that I've chosen and it just reminds me about it, or the ones that my guests have chosen, I love learning about it. I wish I had unlimited funds to just donate, win or loss, because all these charities are amazing charities. So it's good to bring, shed light on them. And we put fisherhouse.org. Check them out, fisherhouse.org. I'll also be tweeting the charities that Sebastian and I are playing for tonight. And then we'll have a recap on fanspeak.com of our bets. And then I'll do a recap Tuesday of who won and how it goes and who's donating what, but check out fisherhouse.org. So last week, and speaking of Sebastian, last week I won. So my guest had donated to Tunnel to Towers Foundation, where they give back to our military first responders and just always making sure people always remember 9/11 in the wake of the 9/11 anniversary. So my guest had made a donation to that charity as well. So I'm going to try to pick a different charity each week for the very reason of shedding light on different charities, since I'm going to be on it most every week. And so September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I have donated to this foundation before. This family sadly lost their daughter to childhood cancer a very long time ago, and it's called alexslemonade.org, or it's Alex's Lemonade Stand. So Alex Lemonade Stand, they do, lemonade days and lemonade stands and lemonade balls and all these amazing events to raise money for childhood cancer. So again, it is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, alexlemonade.org. check that out. And that is the charity that I am playing for today. So there are charities.
That's awesome.
Let's say hi to Mike Robb in chat, and then we will get to the nitty gritty of it, the stuff that people want to know, the 8 best bets that we have for this week. So we got Mike Robb. When are you going to go up against Bruni? But he would love the opportunity, the donation to the Trenchcoat Bros United Foundation. Give scholarships based off the coat length. That's great. I know he was crushing Bruni on that. Speaking of, he crushed him last Friday on DGen Dads, 9:30 every Friday. So they will be on here in just a few hours at 9:30. Tune in to Andrew and Bruni and Bruni's Trenchcoat Bros. So yeah,
different charity.
Different charity. But no, check them out at 9:30. They crushed it on bets. Bruni did a cool summary video. You could check that out on Fanspeak as well, or Fanspeak Network as well. So now it's time to get to it. I'm going to let my guests go first. So Sebastian, you are up. What is your first favorite bet of week 3?
Yes, how kind of you. All right. So I'm going to go Deonta Foreman, running back for the Cleveland Browns, anytime touchdown at plus 135 as we are recording this now. So a couple things. One, Pierre Strong out with a hamstring injury. I think he's going to be out multiple weeks. 2, he's coming off a game where he had 15 touches, mostly on the ground, and he is their goal line back. We just last season, they don't really trust Jerome Ford around the goal line as much. I mean, Kareem Hunt, just as early as, last playoffs, Kareem Hunt had 2 of those touchdowns, right? I kind of view Deonta Foreman to be that guy. They also are potentially getting back both Jack Conklin as a right tackle and left tackle Jedrick Willis. And to wrap it all off, they are playing one of the worst defenses in the league, my shitty-ass New York Football Giants.
Well, I have a shitty-ass defense of Washington Commanders. So.
Yes, I know. Don't worry. There may be something coming your way, too. Look, they, as I painfully know, they give up over 5 yards a rush. They're giving up over 115 yards a game. Dexter Lawrence is a beast, but he can't do it all on his own. Brian Burns is questionable with the groin injury. He just got added today. So another reason to kind of love this. And, so I'm rooting. I'm wearing my Giants stuff. If they can't make you happy, at least they can make you money. I will say though, I don't know if you can tell, but it is this is a Saquon.
I was gonna say it looked like a Saquon, yeah.
But Saquon is clearly still a New York Football Giant because he just led to the Philadelphia Eagles losing a game.
That's right.
I had to get that in there.
I had to get that in there. That is, I believe, what DK Sportsbook retweeted of yours or whatever, because you had that perfect tweet about the bettors.
I saw it and I was like, everybody on Philadelphia minus 5.5 because they're going to kick the field goal, go up 6. They're all going to be happy, and I'm like, not so fast, folks. Right. Your defense is not great. So
right.
Just had to get that dig in there for Benedict Barkley. Wish him well over there in Philadelphia.
Well, you nailed it, and again, it was reposted by DK Sportsbook. Andrew definitely retweeted that, and it was awesome. What was the number on that Foreman anytime? I'm trying to get keep track of it. 135. So I'm keeping track of anything. Okay, so you know how you said if your team can't make you happy, they need to make you money. That is going to be my theme all year long, basically. And you will see it every week in our Dub Club emails. There will be some feature of Target Washington defense. And, to keep the theme going, I'm going to mention it probably as one or two of my best bets, because it is the best bet to target the Washington secondary. So now we have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase going against the Washington secondary. So that's why I just said to Sebastian, I just want to let you know, we have 2 games on Monday night. This covers Monday nights. Basically, Sebastian, because I want to be selfish and I wanted to take advantage of the Washington secondary. So by the way, you go next. You can too, but I'm going to go Jamar Chase, 90-plus receiving yards. He hasn't, gotten there yet this season. He will this week. This is the ultimate get-right spot for Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow to get on the same page. You could alt this thing to whatever you want, the highest it goes, but I'm going to go 90-plus for plus 128. So.
Wow. Well, folks, we are going to see a live pivot on the show.
I was going to say, feel free. Feel free.
My next bet was Jamar Chase, 100-plus yards at plus 205. So I will pivot. So give me a second to look up the new line here of what I want.
You could take that and just go above me.
No, I think that's unfair. You could
go Jamar anytime touchdown.
No. I got other ones here. I just want to check this line really fast because it's a similar theory against a very bad beat up team, and I will say about going on your Chase point, T. Higgins looks like he may play, but I am not trusting T. Higgins right now. Coming
Same.
off a hamstring injury, only limited
Same.
practice, right? So that number, actually, I bet this yesterday. I just rebet it now because it's gotten better. Chase's numbers are getting better because of Higgins getting thrown in there. So I think that's actually a great opportunity to go ahead and kind of reinvest some assets, as they say. Let me go ahead. All right, here we go. Sorry for the pivot on air.
No, we gotta have the pivots. You know,
I know. I don't want. You said no repeats, so I don't want to repeat. And I knew as soon as you said it, I was like, "Damn, I know where she's going." All right, I'm gonna go Brandon Ayuk, higher or 100 plus receiving yards at 2-1 plus 200.
Nice.
So this is a similar situation to Chase. It's a guy who held out, and I think now week 3 they've kind of got their bearings underneath them. That ramp up period is coming to them. And look, the San Francisco 49ers are beat the hell up. Likely no George Kittle, like no CMC, no Deebo Samuel for sure. The only team that's probably more beat up than them is this Los Angeles Rams. And I'm going to focus on their defensive side. Obviously, the loss of Aaron Donald. They lost 2 cornerbacks before the season even started. Now they're starting safeties out. They have their other starting cornerback who's questionable. And they've got lit up by wide receiver ones. I mean, it's going to be Jordan Mason on the ground, and it's going to be Brandon Ayuk. This is the game for him to explode and show everybody why he was worth that massive extension. This is where he's got to earn his money. So I like him to absolutely explode. I mean, Marvin Harrison did this in a quarter. So against this Rams defense. And they had that safety that is going to be out this week and potentially a cornerback going to be out. So I love Brandon Ayuk here. Yeah, give me him 100 plus yards. It's at plus 200 right now.
Plus 200 even. Ooh, I like it. This is what makes it fun is that, how we're taking chances on the odds. I like it. I like it a lot. So my next one correlates to my first one. And if I like Chase, I obviously like Burrow against this crap. I mean, I'm just going to hammer against Washington secondary. Again, if your team can't make you happy, let them make you money. I like that saying. I'm going to use it all year long. I'll credit you on that. So Joe Burrow plus 275. The Bengals passing game just gets right. And like you said, I don't trust that it's really going to come a lot with Higgins, but that could certainly help Burrow a little bit. But
it'll help, right?
I love
as a decoy, right?
Yeah,
and it'll help. You can't just not guard him,
right? So. Exactly. So it'll help, and I just absolutely love Chase Burrow this week. So I don't want just one; I want 2 against this Washington secondary. So give me Joe Burrow, 275 plus passing yards, plus 128. It's just it's the same copy and paste. The first Washington secondary is historically bad. I mean, historically bad. And by the way, Sebastian, this is why not that people need my scouting, or I'm no scout or GM, but this is why I did not think if we couldn't get Caleb Williams, which I know all the rookie quarterbacks have had a rough start, I didn't think that there was a generational talent to pass. I wanted to trade back and fleece some team and then build a team, fix your secondary, fix your offensive line. And this is why we're seeing it now. So, just wanted to make that point.
Hey, no, you must be upset because I didn't even welcome into any, we even lost to you guys, which, doesn't happen.
You didn't have a kicker. I mean, if you would have had a kicker, if you would have had a kicker, you would have won.
Unfortunately, not the only time that's happened in recent history, so that's insane to me. But I'll let you do most of the picking on, but I will be playing Chase, and I obviously like the Burrow there.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take it to a little bit more of conservative world here. We're going to go to a total. I'm going to go to Chicago and taking on the Indianapolis Colts under 43.5 at minus 108 right now, sitting over there at DK. So it's a situation where I think both these teams' defenses are just ahead of their offenses. The Indianapolis Colts have not been a great defense, but they've really been gouged on the ground. The defensive tackle, DeForest Buckner, is put on the IR, so that's going to be a hit to that hole. But the Bears' leading rusher is Caleb Williams with under 100 yards. This isn't a prolific rushing team that I think is really going to be able to take advantage of this. Keenan Allen just got ruled out. Rome Odunze is going to play. Michael Pittman Jr., who should play, he just got put on the injury report kind of late in this season there. Anthony Richardson just doesn't look right. I've never really been an Anthony Richardson guy, even though obviously I want to see him do well as a Florida Gator. I rooted for him while he was there. He can't stay healthy, and he can't throw an accurate ball, right? So he definitely looks flashy. He's going to throw a 60-yard flick of the wrist that'll look nice, but I really just think that the pathway to success for both of these teams is on the ground. And I think it's just going to be an ugly, sloppy game. And it's going to be, something to the effect of 10-16 was the score against Green Bay last week. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something there. So I just think 43.5 is a bit too high for two teams that are, let's say, offensively challenged.
Did you say 43.5?
43.5 minus 108.
Okay.
I get in my 2 cents there in case it matters.
Got it. I loved it. Perfect analysis. I definitely agree with that call. And Anthony Richardson, you and the guys talked about a lot this summer. We knew the rushing upside was there, but the passing and accuracy is not. And then, can he stay healthy? We'll see. But I like the under on this game. I think that's a great call. Okay, I'm going to stay in the NFC East. We're both fans of NFC East teams. But I actually, as a Washington fan, I also, weirdly enough, and you knew this from my best ball drafts, love betting, drafting, whatever, the Dallas Cowboys. I love this Dak and CeeDee Lamb. I just think they were so electric to watch last year, and I think they will, as we saw Aaron Rodgers get better each week and just sliced through the Patriots last night. I think Dak and CeeDee are going to get more on the same page each and every week. They're going up against the Ravens defense, who let Mahomes and Rice go, get there. They let Minshew and Devontae Adams and Brock Bowers get there. So I definitely think Dak and Lamb can have a day against the Ravens. Both are in, really feeling it with much win situations. Ravens 0-2, Dallas 1-1. But I love Lamb, 100 plus receiving yards, plus 158.
No. Yeah, I was shocked doing some research looking in the week. I feel like week 1, it's hard to go into who's the worst in the NFL, best in the NFL, this, that. Week 2, you kind of get a little bit closer, but pretty sure Baltimore is the worst pass defense in the league right now.
It's wild.
A bit shocking to me. So, it's hard to fade that, man. I was on Lamb last week. He did pretty well, but he had 90 yards in the first half and didn't get a single catch after that.
I know. It was weird.
A couple of my alts was I thought I was definitely getting in there, but hey, that's the NFL for you.
You're right.
All right. I will wrap my
fourth and final. What do you got for us?
Fourth and final, yes. So I will be taking a little bit of my team this year. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -7, plus 106.
Ooh,
so
nice.
It's sitting there. It was at 6.5. It's now at -6. A couple of defensive guys for the Bucs are not going to be there. No Kalijah Kancey, no Vita Vea, no Antoine Winfield. But those were expected. Those were guys who actually weren't there last week when they beat the Detroit Lions. Now, on the other side of the ball, the Denver Broncos right tackle Mike McGlinchey has been put on the IR. This is already an offensive line that's been struggling. You have a rookie quarterback that has shown me nothing that is optimistic at all in Bo Nix. And Baron Browning, one of their best pass rushers, is also going to be out. I really like what Baker's doing. He's going to be at home. I think it's going to be a similar game to what they did to Washington.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be able to move the ball up and down. It's going to kind of be over early, and then they're just going to kind of coast from there. I don't really – I know Pat Surtain is a great cornerback, but George Pickens was giving it to him last game. But even if still, say you take out Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's been having himself a nice year, and that rookie Jalen McMillan, I just think they got too many weapons. And I think that Bo Nix is going to turn the ball over. This Tampa Bay defense, although they've been beat up, has been very opportunistic. I don't love Denver having to travel across country, already off to a rough start with a rookie quarterback on the road. So give me Tampa Bay -7.
I like that a lot. And can I say, Sebastian, that I love having you on the show. I always love doing content and shows with you. But I love just this, you just get this extra loaded injury analysis for every single game, pick, team. Again, Andrew said it in chat best by Sebastian's knowledge is priceless to us DGens, and you truly are. So I have to pump your tires, but it's truly fun to do a show with you because it's like you're not just getting the analysis of the game, you're getting that background injury analysis, which is so important to the overall analysis of the picks, the props, the everything. So yeah,
I appreciate it.
I
love football, so it's like, hey, fantasy and stuff is awesome, but I'm like, hey, now I can bet defensive stuff. I want to know when the offensive line is beat up. I want to know who's taking some stuff out. So
yeah,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, well, I like getting that extra analysis here. So I'm going to target for my fourth and final bet. I'm actually going to target another NFC East team. And this kind of has surprised me too, similar to how bad the Ravens secondary has been in the first two games. Eagles are just getting, I mean, you and I must both love this because if our teams can't be good, we
Yep.
want to see Dallas and Eagles be bad, but I want to see Dallas offense be really good. But that's just so I can make money. But Eagles, I mean, I'm never mad when I saw them, blow that game on Monday night. I'm sure you felt the same thing. There's a little thing that smiles in your heart,
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, Eagles defense looks rough. I mean, Jacobs ran all over him. Bijan ran all over him.
Yep.
You could, Kirk Cousins, who's very slowly working back from the Achilles, literally just drove him down in 30-some seconds or something.
That was impressive.
That was impressive. That was impressive. It looked effortless too. Like it really. They left time on the clock.
They had 40 seconds and they were down at the 20. I was like, weren't they just at their 20, 30? It was crazy. It's just
like how the Eagles defense. So it's not just, I mean, you can run on them, you can pass on them.
Yep.
So Alvin Kamara started the season hot, but I don't think this is an anomaly. We've got a new play caller in New Orleans. It's not that old Pete Carmichael offensive, dusty offensive. This is the Kubiak.
Right?
Yeah, Kubiak, Gary Kubiak's son, Clint Kubiak, coming over from the Shanahan tree, who knows how to use weapons, who knows how to use running backs, which I'll get to in a minute, who knows how to scheme his guys, use motion, creative stuff that like my offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, doesn't know how to do. This guy knows how to do. So I don't think this is just like a 2-game facade. I actually think this is a real deal for the Saints. I think this game will be competitive, but no matter what the game script, I feel like this bet is protected because I'm going Alvin Kamara, 110 rush plus receiving. So it gives me the outs that he can get there. He's gotten it both times, and he barely played the fourth quarter both times because they were just blowing out, smoking the team. So if we get a back and forth here, and even if one side gets a little lopsided, either they go up, he's running the ball, they fall back, he's having to take some dump offs. So I feel like I'm protected. What do you think of that one?
No, I really like that rush receiving. Look, I'm always going to be happy when someone's betting against the Eagles in any way or perform. You're right. Bijan, Tyler Algier, I mean, they were ripping off yards. Really, both running games were kind of, almost 9-10 yards a pop at that point. So it's hard. And then Kamara's such an elite. I mean, let's be honest. Even when they were good, the Eagles' defenses, their linebacking core has always been a question. Mm-hmm. Devin White has been a healthy scratch. That project looked like it's run its end. Nakobe Dean, his one big thing is he's terrible in pass defense, right? Mm-hmm. They got the guy Zach Bond, who's looked good as a tackle machine. I've hit us over in tackles the past 2 weeks, but he's not a cover linebacker. I mean, these are guys, and what? CJ, I saw him pop up on the injury report. He's liable to get beat. He might make a good play every now and then, but he's definitely liable to get beat. So I love Kamara on the Saints. What a surprise.
I know. It's like I knew I should have. I knew about Clint Kubiak. I should have bought into it more. I just drafted a little Shaheed, a little. I drafted a little Kamara, but definitely not enough. So
I feel like somewhat smart about being off the Falcons. I mean, they did get the win, but I think that was more about the Eagles blowing that than the Falcons really impressing me. But I mean, Bucks is my team for the NFC South, but Saints, man. At some point, you got to be like, okay, it wasn't just they were playing the Panthers. Like, beating Dallas at home in that way. Whew.
Yeah. This game will be hopefully a fun watch, and hopefully it'll be a high close game that we can get some props there and have some fun with it. So we have the Snowman in chat, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. That's it, guys. You have 8 bets: 4 from Sebastian, 4 from me. By Tuesday, because I had included some Monday in there, we will give you the results. I will be tweeting right after this the charities that Sebastian and I are playing for on fanspeak.com. It'll have a list of our bets. In Dub Club, it'll have a summary of the Friday's best bets, so it'll be in that. So everything will be all there, and then Tuesday we will find out who wins, Sebastian. So I'm excited. This has been a blast. Any final thoughts for the people?
No, I just look. There's really no losers. It's kind of nice, right? We hope one. We hope we're both positive ROI. We make the people some money. But either way, one great organization is going to get a donation. So at the end of the day, it's awesome. Great way, good karma, good vibes to kick off the week as we get into a great betting slate. And I will say, if you guys haven't already, I'll say it for them. What they're doing over there at Fanspeak is awesome. Every time I'm interacting with you guys, it's always been so fun. So if you've watched this show, if you've enjoyed it, like, subscribe. I will do the shout out for you guys.
I love it. I love it.
No, thank you for having me on. Everyone have a wonderful week. And
I love it. Well, it's always a blast with you, Sebastian. So again, thank you everybody in chat. So for Sebastian, I'm Meg. Good luck in week 3, and we will see you next time.